Hello everyone, welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Now channel. As always, this time I have appeared with the mysterious soap opera. So don't delay, like and subscribe now and stay tuned. In Eric's office, Liam didn't have any idea why Steffie was persuaded that Finn could overlook his affections for Sheila. Attesting that Finn would need to, Steffie demanded that it was either Sheila or her. Liam answered that Sheila had shot Finn, however Finn accepted she'd turn into a typical, balanced individual. Steffie laughed at the possibility that Sheila had put her life in danger to save Steffie, and Steffie demanded that Sheila's revival made no difference to her or Finn. Steffie said it was absurd that Sheila figured she could control Finn with her changed daily practice. Liam brought up that Finn had succumbed to the con as of now, and he wasn't the one to focus on. Steffie called Elder a waste of time who'd never recognized the truth about Sheila. Liam said he hadn't implied minister, he'd implied trust. Steffie communicated shock when Liam said Trust was thinking about the possibility that Sheila had some way or another changed. Steffie credited it to Trust investing an excess of energy with Elder. Perturbed by it, as well, Liam said Trust had listened to Sheila and paid attention to Sheila's side of the manner in which things had gone with Sugar. Steffie was irritated that individuals were portraying Sheila as a legend and inquired as to whether Trust had felt embarrassed or remorseful for saying it. Liam said no on the grounds that Trust was moving toward it as just keeping a receptive outlook. Steffie stressed that expectations, a receptive outlook, would lead Finn down an off-base way. The last thing my significant other requirements is Trust's terrible impact, Steffie finished up. Steffie reviewed that Trust had been shouting out, advance notice Steffie not to dispose of Finn's convoluted sentiments. This truly annoys me, Steffie snapped. Liam figured Trust had their well-being on a fundamental level, yet Steffie pooh-poohed the thought. Steffie affirmed that Trust would do well to not express anything to Finn and expected to avoid Finn out and out. In Finn's office, Finn was faltering from Minister's solicitation to go to the wedding. Trust realized it was a challenging request, however she contemplated whether it was something Finn would consider. Finn inquired as to whether Trust would have the option to support Sheila. However, Trust was clashed, she didn't have a mate remaining against it, which she felt put her in a more straightforward spot. She said she was simply putting it out there for Finn and would be a sounding board on the off chance that he expected to talk. Conceding that he was clashed, Finn expressed piece of him needed to be there, and he realized it would mean everything to Sheila. Trust inquired as to whether he could persuade Steffie that it was really smart. He didn't believe that was logical, and however much he needed to consent to go, his responsibility was to Steffie above all else. Trust appreciated Finn for putting his better half first. Finn commented that a long commitment would give him an opportunity to alter Steffie's perspective. Trust answered that Elder and Sheila appeared to be anxious to push ahead. Trust needed to hear her mom's point of view, yet she was inclining toward going. Finn got that she needed to cultivate her relationship with Elder, yet Finn said going would mean she upheld Minister wedding Sheila Carter. Trust simply believed that her father should be blissful and calculated that affection was love. Trust crushed the scaffold of her nose and appeared to be perturbed. Finn inquired as to whether she was okay. She said that she'd been getting migraines. He noticed that she was conversing with a specialist, yet not having any desire to irritate him, she guaranteed it was nothing. Finn expressed a second feeling from a specialist, and she chose to allow him to check whether he could help. While assessing Trust, Finn sought clarification on some pressing issues and discovered that the cerebral pains had become everyday. Trust felt like she hydrated. She took medicine when it was genuinely awful. Finn advised all her it up. He would have rather not recommended anything pointlessly. She referenced beginning needle therapy, and he said it was smart. He had confidence in that and back rub. He inquired as to whether she believed him and said his hands did some amazing things. As Finn rubbed Trust's sanctuaries, neck, and scalp, he made sense of the reasons for cerebral pains, and Trust said pressure may be the reason. She was fretted over Thomas, Douglas, and HFTF. Finn prompted her not to get carried away and to cut opportunity for herself. After he got done, she said it felt improved. He prompted her not to worry about things she had zero control over, similar to Thomas. You know where I stand with him. I understand I'm discussing my significant other's sibling, and it's dishonest of me, taking into account I accept my introduction to the world mother has changed. However, look, assuming Thomas is causing you this much pressure, you really want to let it go. Let him go, Finn said. In Trust's quiet, Finn added that she was lovely, kind, and merciful, and she attempted to have an effect in individuals' lives. Her grin illuminated the world, and she merited the best. He didn't think Thomas was it, however he said somebody could go along suddenly it. Whoever it was would know the way that lucky he was. At Il Giardino, Sheila let Minister know that the odds were preferable that pigs would fly over that their children would in their marry. Minister demanded that he'd seen pigs fly, and on the off chance that one didn't ask, one didn't get. Sheila communicated love for him, and he embraced her, calling her an insane wide. Elder and Sheila participated in energetic exchange, and Minister conceded that he hadn't addressed Finn yet. Sheila said it would be a little glimpse of heaven, yet she wouldn't let her imagination run wild. Elder accepted that was a direct result of Steffie, however he encouraged his life partner to be positive and to will it to work out. Sheila concluded that she must be reasonable after the last talk she'd had with Steffie. Sheila didn't figure Finn would go to the wedding or be the best man. Minister contemplated whether he ought to stress over Sheila's tone. She snidely answered that she had the highest regard for her little girl in regulation. Elder got Sheila's dissatisfaction in the wake of doing all she could to demonstrate she wasn't a similar lady and had put her life in extreme danger to save Steffie from sugar. Sheila answered that Steffie couldn't have cared less despite everything, saw Sheila as the psycho who'd got her far from her mom when she'd been youthful. Minister answered that it wasn't thoroughly evident, however they couldn't overlook the enduring effect that a portion of Sheila's past activities had on individuals. The uplifting news was that Steffie couldn't keep on disregarding the way that Sheila had changed, and Elder told her not to allow Steffie to slow down the headway Sheila had made. Try not to let her. Despite the fact that she's the one individual remaining among myself and a relationship with my child? Sheila inquired. Sheila's assertion concerned Minister, yet Sheila concluded she had an excessive amount of good in her life to allow somebody to like Steffie lose her track. Minister said Steffie remained among Sheila and what she needed generally on the planet. Sheila thought that what she needed most on the planet was remaining before her. Sheila accepted that Elder and Finn were committed to her, and regardless of whether Steffie kept Finn from the wedding, he wouldn't quit having faith in Sheila or really focusing on her. Sheila wished things were unique, however she wouldn't allow anybody to obliterate the existence she had going, particularly not somebody like Steffie Forrester.